today I'm joined by Paddy Pimblett, the newest UFC signing from the UK. How's it going, Paddy?
I'm good, fella. What's happening?
What have you been doing? It looks like you're straight back into training, straight back into hard camps. What's going on?
Yeah, I've just Tuesday morning sparring in the gym, lad. So just done a little 5 rounds of sparring.
And how are you finding, the whole lockdown and things like that? Because I'm sure usually after a big fight you'd be out celebrating, but there's not much chance of that right now. So is it helping you focus and just get back into training?
Yeah, I'd be back in anyway, you know what I mean? I'm always back in not long after. I had a little week off after my fight just to chill and eat some shite. And I'm back in the gym. I'm not a big drinker anymore. I used to be. I don't really, not that much of a big drinker, lad. I like eating my calories instead of drinking them.
I've been seeing your Instagram posts and all the dessert places. Obviously, I'm from a similar area to you, so I'm just jotting all them down, for the weekends.
Lad, they're the heaviest, lad. You need on some of them, swear to God.
So let's just go back to your last fight, Davide Martinez. You said what you were going to do last time we spoke, and you went out and did it. Your striking looked, sensational, and you got the quick finish. Just talk us through how it went and how you felt about it.
Felt good about it. I wanted to get the TKO, the knockout, but he gave me the finish, so I took it. It was, like I said, it was always going to be quick. I would have been disappointed if it went quicker than Decky Dalton, because I knew it would be. Like I said after the fight, there's levels to this, and he just weren't on my level.
And straight after the fight, we seen you call out, Dana White, Sean Shelby, and tell them to call you, and they did. What was the waiting time between you making that shout and them actually calling and saying, "Do you want to join the UFC?"
36 hours, 40 hours or something.
And in the meantime, was there any, obviously on the broadcast, Cage Warriors seem pretty keen to keep you around, and usually they're quite happy to see the fighters go off to UFC, but not with you. Graham Boylan was saying he wants to keep you. Did they make a play to try and keep you?
No, we just had a little discussion, know what I mean? Not a major. Graham didn't try and strong arm me or nothing like that, know what I mean?
Good to hear. And you must hold the record for, the quickest signing to actually, upset some people and piss some people off. We got a few Jordans on your case. What's going on there?
Fuck them, lad. Just fucking said something to one of them, lad, and they all jumped on it like a proper gang of helmets.
So is that all put to bed now?
Yeah, no. When I bump into one of them, lad, we'll see what happens, won't we? Because they're all talking a big game, like they're going to do something, and they won't do a fucking thing, and I'll laugh right in every one of their faces.
Well, since signing, has the life changed? Obviously, there's a lot of attention. It was the UFC clearly, see some potential in you, because they did push your signing and it was out there, and even all the Americans and people like that were hyped about to see you join the UFC. How's life changed for you?
It hasn't. It hasn't changed. My followers have went up on Instagram and Twitter and that, but still living in my house with my bed and fucking coming to the gym every day and training and doing private stuff. So it hasn't changed just yet. People are saying, "Oh, you finally there," this and that. It's I was always going to sign. It was a question of when, not if. So for me, this is just the beginning. It hasn't really fazed me at all, because I know I'm headed to the top of the sport. As you say, the UFC push me because they just look at me and see pound signs, lad. They see dollar signs. So they're going to push me, aren't they? And I just can't wait to find out when my first fight is, and that's when it'll all feel real.
Yeah, as of right now, you're obviously, ticking away in camp. Do you have a date in mind? Has there been any talk about when you might fight first for the UFC?
No inkling in the slightest. I reckon I'll probably be around late July, August, something like that.
Yeah, and you say late July, August. Is that a preference for you? You want to get one in this summer?
I do want to get one in this summer. I want to try and get 2 or 3 fights in before the end of the year. I want to try and fight in quick succession when I have my first fight.
And in terms of where your debut will take place, are you expecting it to be in America or Fight Island or one of them places, not in the UK?
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be not in the UK. To be honest, I don't think they'll come to the UK until they have crowds. So I'm expecting it to be in I think they'll probably want me on a show where there's a crowd. So I'm expecting it to be America, to be honest, but I'd love it to be Fight Island, lad. Fight Island to be boss.
How do you feel about traveling? Obviously you've been with Cage Warriors since your signing, so have you done much traveling for your fights?
Nah, I've fought in Ireland, you know what I mean, but I'm not asked to go anywhere.
And just getting onto opponents, last time we spoke, you said you'd be interested in, avenging Chris Fishgold's loss to Jared Gordon. Now that he's signed and it's all done, is that fight still that interests you, or is there someone else in mind?
Yeah, that fight interests me, you know what I mean? I've seen a few people mention my name, obviously, as you say, that Georgian Mushroom. I think he's being matched now. I think that there's a Billy Quirintello.
Yeah,
he never called me out or nothing, but he mentioned me on a podcast. I think he's being matched now with Herbert Burns, another person who was saying I'd fight. I'd love to beat Jared Gordon up, lad. He's a nice fella and that he's a good opponent, but I'd like to take that one back for next gen. Everyone keeps saying Julian and Rosa as well, which that'd be a good little rematch. Finish him this time, shut a few yanks up.
And in terms of weight class, is it going to be featherweight? I know you said you planned on going to the university and kind of getting your body checked out. Have you done that? And what's been?
No, that's booked in May, but I'm not skinny at the minute. I'm still fat at the minute, but I'm as you can see by the cheeks. But I've got I think I'll make featherweight, to be honest. So I'm open to fight a featherweight. We'll see what the cut's like.
Yeah, and what have you been pondering this for a while? Obviously, you came in last time looking, shredded. Has this been in your thoughts, for your last few fights with Cage Warriors, dropping back down?
Yeah, it was always one of the things. When I go to the UFC, am I going to go back down to featherweight? It's always been in the back of my head. It's just one of them, lad. All the lightweights are massive, and I'm not the biggest lightweight. People might have thought I was by looking at me in my last fight, but I don't think my opponent was a big lightweight either. He could probably make 145 with a cut, because I hardly cut anyway for that last fight. So I do think with a weight cut, I'll make 145.
And then what's the plan for 2021 and beyond? Obviously, you said you want to fight a few times. How quickly do you make a run for them rankings? How quickly do we see you in the big fights?
I think I'll be in the rankings within 2 years, maybe faster, just because of my personality as well as my fighting skills. You know what I mean? As you know, lad, people's personalities plays in a part when they're getting put in the rankings. Otherwise, people like Arnold Allen would have been in the rankings about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. He's on an 8-fight win streak, lad. He should have been in the rankings a long time ago, but he only got in them last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'll be climbing the rankings a lot quicker than that.
Well, can't wait to see it, mate. Congrats on getting signed to UFC. Thanks for making some time with us, and hopefully we'll speak soon.
You're more than welcome, fella. No stress.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.